Hello, everybody on YouTube. This is day 5 of my YouTube challenge that I am doing with some of my friends. Today's topic is, what was your dream job or career as a child? And that's an interesting one. I don't know if I had a dream job as a kid. I just love to have fun. My husband to this day still calls him Peter Pan. I remember when we were little, my parents um, took us to church, and I remember my mom at some point, pretty early, joining a church choir. My mom put us in a church choir, my sister and I remember my brother at one point when he got a little older, and it was a blast. I loved singing, I loved acting, and so at that church we got to do that kind of stuff. So that kind of sealed my fate from just doing things at home. And that's what I continue. Whoops, sorry about the sound. I'm outside. That's what I continued to do as a teenager, early teens. My sister and I joined a choir called the Youngstown Community Youth Choir, and we sang that with them for many years. It was really a good place to get grounded and rooted in our faith, and we traveled to many churches, and we did concerts, and we were requested all over the city and other parts of Ohio and Pennsylvania and to Florida. We did a concert in Florida as well, and that continued on because I met friends in that choir. So even when we weren't rehearsing there, we were starting to sing together. There were 5, 6 of us at the time, a brother and sister, and then the rest of us were just all friends, and we all sang together. I also remember dancing and singing a lot at church and doing plays, which carried over even into my adulthood because when I was singing with that group, we actually traveled and got to open up for Tremaine Hawkins in New York. She's a gospel singer, for those of you who don't know, but look her up. She's the bomb still. And we actually got to do that. And the Winans. I know that many of you have heard of the Winans. And carry over till now, my husband and I have been praise and worship leaders, and he writes music, and we write things together. And we continue to carry on that dream and that hope. But we also are also doing our own side businesses together. So that kind of is where we've been. My dad was not only a hard worker, but I never remember him not having at least 2 to 3 jobs. So it kind of makes sense why I would be doing the same. He worked through a grocery chain, but then he got his real estate license and did that as well. And my mom always did a lot of side jobs. So I always remember that whole entrepreneurial, do your own thing, love what you do kind of thing. And that's where I'm at. That's where I'm still at. So I'll continue to sing and act and move and dance as long as I can. And I love especially teaching young people to do the same, and have had opportunity to do that as well. I'll tell you more about that later, but thanks for listening. So yeah, that's kind of, I guess, what my hopes and dreams were as a kid. And I'm doing that.